Shake and Bake here from shakesvoice.com. This is Gloria Victis. I had somebody just post on one of my videos, hey, I'm totally lost. Shake, can you put together something like a getting started video? And, I'm going to try that. I'm not an expert at this game, but I have learned a lot. I'm missing my arm there, guys. I've learned a lot in the last 2 weeks, so I'm going to try to do something here to help you. I know one of the drawbacks of this game when I first tried it about a year and a half, 2 years ago, was I was totally lost and confused. So I get it, and maybe this will help you. So let's just get into the meat and potatoes. You get in the game, right, and you're going to create a new character. I'm just going to do this with you. Right now, two factions, two choices. You got the Izmirs, the Midlanders. I just picked one. I'm with the Izmirs now. I don't know if I'm going to switch up when Steam comes or maybe create one for each side. I don't know yet. But read the lore about it and the folklore and the history and decide what's right for you, or just pick one randomly. There is a placeholder for female characters, so that's good to see. But right now, it's just male, and there's two more factions coming in the future. All right, so let's just pick. We'll go with. I'll go with Midlanders. And we'll go to step 2. Here you can adjust your character, how they look. I want a big boy with a big head, big shoulders, and big old legs. I want a big boy. You can come in and change skin color on your player. And let's go to next. You can do the face. There's different face types. Oh, I like that ugly guy. I do want some facial hair on this old dude. Oh, yeah, I like it a lot. Oh, I like that. And then hair, you can, add on the hair you want. Oh, I like this guy. Looks looking crazy. Oh, I like that one. Hair color, you can change that up. Man, that dude's looking tough right there. Having a little too much fun with this right now. I should move on, but I can't. I'm going to go with that. And step 4. This is where you can use up your points, okay? Now, one thing I learned the hard way is you're going to want to get a lot of points into dexterity, because it has a lot to do with stamina regeneration. And when you're fighting and your stamina goes low, your damage goes low, and you're screwed. So you definitely want to get that dexterity up. They do have some presets down here. I don't know if these are working right now. I'm clicking them. I don't think so, but I'm sure those are placeholders if you want to start off with default settings. They also have a ability to do your voice here, but that's a placeholder as well. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's just go in here. We'll just get started. We'll just put these out somewhat evenly, but I am going to get my, put that back down. My dexterity up higher. And let's get this up. And a little more dexterity. I'm sure there is a better ratio than what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to make a point is you're going to want to focus on that dexterity from what I've... Oh, got to put a name in. How about Sir Shaking Baking? Okay, so let's go create character. Now, I'm Izmir's. I'm not with the Midlanders, so this will be new for me going in. I think I picked the Midlanders. Going into the Midlanders territory here. And when you start out, it can be very confusing. So I'm going to go over a couple key things here. Check that dude out. Oh, I got to look at the other guy. That is, okay. That's awesome right there. All right, let's go. So let's hit play. Let's get into this. That guy is looking homely. So you're going to get in, and you're going to initially want to stay fairly close to the castle, and you're going to do a little grinding, right? Gather some resources, and start leveling up in each of these different areas that you can level up. But when it comes to crafting, you're going to get some XP, some stat points you can use. I'm going to show you that. All right, so like I said, I'm normally on the other side, so this will be this is new for Shake. Let's go out this way. Let me point out something real quick for you. This is important that you need to know about that. I didn't know about it first. But when you spawn in, you see the top right map up there. First off, let's push your Z key. Your Z key is going to allow you to bring up the mouse. Z is in Zulu. And then I'm going to go to the top right, and I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit here. That's as far as I can. But there's a little green box on there. Those are deposit boxes. And basically, you can use these. Geez, I got all my loot from all my loot's here from my other player. Now that doesn't make any sense. That's interesting. So I'll tell you what. Yeah, let's just leave it like that for now. But basically, you can put in loot here, and you can expand these bags. I'll show that in a minute. But you can put your loot in there. Nobody can get to it. It's stored there, and it's just a way to expand your inventory. And in this case, a new player, I got me a bow here and a couple things. I've got my first axe. We're going to learn that. Starting stuff here. But let's go outside. I'm going to talk about the user interface. Push that Z key to get rid of that. I'm sorry I got the sniffles, guys. I keep my nose is sniffling. But let's get out here. We'll be out in the countryside here a little bit, and I'll talk you through the user interface. So at the bottom, you got your hotkeys. The bottom left, you got a chat. Top left, you got some icons that'll pop up based on what you're doing. And then the top right, you got your mini map up there on the top right. If you hit your, I want to say it's I key. I rebound mine to the mouse. It brings up your inventory. And this is what the inventory looks like, right? You got your attribute points. And again, what you're going to want to do is really focus, from what I've learned, on dexterity at first. This is going to increase stamina regeneration, and I'm going to show you why that's important, okay? Here's a lot of stats about your character. I'm going to get into reputation here in a minute. You're going to see one thing is health regeneration, basically how fast you regenerate, how much stamina you actually hold. You actually can increase the amount of stamina you have. All of this stuff you're going to learn as you play. All right, so we got this up. You've got these slots around your player, and basically these different positions are things you can put on your player, from the helmet to these shoulder. I look like shoulder pads. I mean, they call them something else though, and feet, legs, all of this stuff, right? Here's your money. It starts from lowest to highest. So basically, as you, let's say this gets to 100, it'll turn into 1 here. These slots, if you want to unlock a slot, you're going to have to pay money for each one. The thing you have to know, that when you unlock a slot, you need to get a bag to expand the actual inventory. And that'll be important later, because you're going to run out of spots quick. And in each of these towns, let's pull a map up. All right, we're right here. This is the HQ for the Midlanders, right? And over here is the Izmirs, whatever the hell they're called. And they're going to be over here. This is where I'm spawning at over here. Now, this is important. This comes down to the PvE and PvP. Okay, you're in here. Pull up this map before you leave your castle, because see these blue flags? The Midlanders, that in this case is me, own these territories here. So it's fairly safe if I wanted to roam out into these areas, fairly safe that I'm going to be okay from other PvP attacks, right? These areas are controlled right now by the Izmirs. Now, all of this is dynamic. So as we capture and lose these areas, they change, right? You could go into these areas, like you could head for Limetown with your buddies and take Limetown back for the Midlanders. The nice thing about that, these spots, when you own them, is you can spawn at these points. If you died out here close to the mines of Dunfin, you actually could respawn to the closest spawn point, which would take you there. And there's also resources there. So that's what's cool. I didn't know any of that. So just remember that. Before you leave, check out the world map and see the status of the world, okay? All right, let's bring that back up. Now, that was M key as in Mike. All right, now let's talk about, again, I'm bringing up the user inventory. I'm just going to drag down here my weapons. I got a knife, nothing too much there. What's this? Iron Geneva. Let's pull the knife down there. Give me some kind of weapon. I don't have a shield right now. At some point, you're going to want a shield. I've got no points to spend right here. And I'm also going to pull up with my L key. This is your abilities. And I've got 1 point to spend. I'm just going to put it right there. Close that out. Okay, so L key is abilities, I is your inventory, M is your map. It's going to bring that up. All important keys you're going to be using as you play this game. All right, so now we're in the town. Each of these towns, these areas, have vendors in them, right? So here's a merchant. Let's just hit the echo key, E key, and you could basically interact with them. These guys are wondering why I'm here. They know I'm normally on the other side. So I'm going to say, what do you got for sale? Now, you can actually click and drag these around on here. And I'll tell you what that sound is, too, as well. And These guys, they were over here. And this is basically the vendor's interface right here. And so when it comes up, you'll see you can sort these by the things that this person, this vendor is selling, right? From tools, consumables, all of these things. And you're probably saying, though, is what can I use these for?
Everyone's fucking about. I'm the only one working.
I love this. Okay, recipes. Like in other crafting games, you have to unlock these recipes. I'll tell you what, I'm going to right-click. I already have firewood. I just bought it by right-clicking. I'm actually going to right-click and sell it back to them. But let's see. Let's find one here. Let's see what he got. Planks. I'm actually going to do planks. I actually learned planks already, or part of it. So that's basically how you interact. The other thing that's important to know is you can repair. And you're going to want to do that if you go out and roam around, you come back. You can repair all backpack or equip. It's going to cost you money to repair those, but you want to make sure you do that. All right. Now we're ready to head out. Let's get our bow on, and we're going to start heading out. You can scroll mouse to first person, scroll back just like that. And we're going to head on here out into the world here. One thing, these don't close automatically, so you want to make sure you close these when you leave. It's just a good habit, because when you start capturing these areas, if you don't do that, the other team can just run right in and take it. So what you'll notice when you get in this area, you're going to see friendly NPCs, right? Don't shoot them. This game has a griefing system that I love. If you shoot your own players, shoot your friends, you're basically going to be exiled. Okay, you're going to basically be killed by your own faction and exiled to one of these two islands up here, right? You're then have to come back, and you're going to have to kind of earn your way back into the nation by killing some NPCs and getting some good karma going, okay? So you want to be careful about that. If you are in a party, and let's say like this guy running away right there, if I hit E, he's probably too far away right now, but if I went up to him and hit E, we could form a party, and then when you're doing a party and you hit the other person in your party, it won't give them damage. So that's a good thing, and I'll help you. Okay, so what I advise you to do is start right outside the gates and start taking out these lower level NPCs. Just like that, okay? You can tell they're lower level by the number. Just look at, let me find another one. Now, walk up to them, hit E, and loot them. You could just hit E twice, and it'll automatically loot them. Here's how you gather wood. There's all around the initial spawn, there's going to be wood. You are going to need an axe for that, so let's go ahead and see if we can craft an axe right now. What are we going to need for an axe? And this is, hit the C key. You've got forestry and farming, tailoring and leatherworking, engineering, mining and metallurgy, armor smithing, weapon forging, jewelry. You're really going to spend a lot of time at first in forestry and farming. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually go see what it takes to get to make a axe, okay? Which I don't think we have an axe right now. So let's see, weapons forging. Club, iron knife, servant's club. I don't think I'm in the right place. Hold on. Let's go to armor smithing. No. Engineering, maybe? Iron, there, right there. Iron woodcutter's axe. Now, let me show you how this works. It's pretty cool. You come in here, and you see this little arrow right here. If you click that, it'll give you an option. And also, let's say I didn't have the wood billets, right? Let's go to, like, quicklime. Like, I don't have, let's find one I don't, where it's, okay, I don't have the bucket, right? You see this little scroll right here? If I click that, and I go to one of these, it'll tell me how to make a bucket. Oops, not a goose butchering. Let's go back. That shouldn't have done that. I don't know why it did that. Let's find another good example here. Buckle. That doesn't work. Let's try the bucket again. I don't know. Let's do string. Forestry and farming. So it takes you to string, and then it tells you what it's going to take to make string, basically, okay? And what it's going to take to make flax twine. And after you do this a little bit, you're going to get this, trust me. Let's go back to the iron woodcutter's axe. We're going to hit create. Let's close that out. I'm going to bring up my inventory. I've got this axe. I'm just going to drop it down here. I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to hit my 3 key. And now when you walk up here, you don't actually swing the axe like this. You just hit your E key. All right, and you're gathering resources. So what I would suggest is right away when you come out here around the town is take out these guys, left click, hold it, and you see that power meter, wait till it gets red. And, you know, the farther it goes up, the more damage it does. But you're going to notice that bottom bar right here, this is your health. This on the right is your stamina. The lower the stamina drops as you're fighting, the less damage you do. And how you can tell that is on the left side of the screen over here, is it's telling you how much damage you're doing. And I'm just going to keep doing this and gathering some good. And this is what I suggest you do is go out and do this. Now let's talk about close quarters combat. Let's get our axe out here. I'm going to just take this dude out here. But before I do that, I'm going to bring up my inventory. You see, I got 6 points to spend. I'm going to focus on dexterity here. I'm going to give dexterity 2 and 1 to these other ones, right? And I want to get that, again, I want that stamina regeneration going up as fast as possible. It allows me to swing faster. Okay, now I blocked that. I didn't block that one. But if you right click like this and you time it, you can block and parry, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it's not a perfect system yet. It's still pre-alpha. They're tweaking it, but that's the concept. Now, when striking the opponent, let's bring up our inventory. I'm just going to, actually, let's do this. Watch. Hit Z. I'm going to go over my weapon, right? And you'll see the stats. Overhead is 20%, and from right and left, it's 10%, right? So what that means is you can, with your mouse, moving your mouse left, I can do a right to left swing, moving it up, moving it right. Okay, come on, Shake. This is supposed to be a tutorial. Of course, when I want to do it, maybe I can't do it with this guy right to left to right. Yeah, I can. There it is. All right. You just have to practice. But what you can do also, do you see the stamina is regenerating down there? I want to wait till it gets up a little higher. Now, I'm going to aim up. I'm going to push up on my mouse to do an overhead strike like this. That's going to do the most damage, according to this weapon. And I like that, how you have to figure this out, and eventually you get pretty good at it. I mean, I'm a little sucking right now, but you get the idea. So when you start out, just go out here and farm the hell out of these lower NPCs, craft some stuff, and what happens is you start, and your Q key to kick, all right? Which is awesome. All right, let's check out, see if we got any points. We got 4. So at first you get them quick, right? Which is a nice thing. Now, I'm starting to get some loot over here. What can I do with it? Well, right-click it. No recipes. I could eat that. And if I wanted to eat that, it's going to tell you plus 11 health regen. I'm going to put that down. There's a little snack if I need it. I've got a shield. I'm going to put this right up in here. Now I got a shield. What else do I got? 35 on that bow. I think they're both the same ones. Okay. And let's take the elm log, show recipes, wood billets. Click that. Let's make some. This is going to help you increase your stats, your XP. I can make 7 of those, I believe. And what this does is start to rank you up in each of these crafting areas. And the more you level up, the more you can do. All right, it's almost done. You're also going to have a chance percentage on if you're going to be able to craft that item, right? Like I'm at 100%, but sometimes it's going to be low if you have the item to craft. And let's see if there's any other areas we can make something. I doubt it because we really haven't done anything at all. Iron knife. Okay, 74 per chance. Pretty low, pretty risky. I go to craft this, it may fail. And it'll tell you right over here, I was able to do it, gave me 375 crafting experience and 178 attribute experience. So you're going to want to do this crafting. Got 4 more of these. We're going to put this again. I'm going to put these all on stamina. All right, let's pull up our axe again. I want to show you something else. I don't want to drag this out too long. I'm going hot and heavy here. And these are all things I've just learned from the community by making mistakes and playing with some very helpful people. So the other thing you want to do is you can come in and collect like resources like this. So you can come in and start gathering resources, and then you can craft with that as well. I'll show you. The key, though, is to stay initially somewhat by your home base. Let's see what we got here, guys. So we got some wheat here. Show recipes, wheat and threshing. We just need 1 more, and then we could do something in the forest and pharmacy with a sheaf of wheat. I'm not going to do that right now. Okay. Again, I'm going to pull the map up. We own Onar's farm. We own the mines of Dunfin. I'd feel safe roaming that way. You will hear that horn trumpet, though, when an attack, a siege is happening, and you need to pay attention to that. Okay. Now, let's say I go out here, and I take on some dudes. And here's actually that's a rock. Let's say I take this guy, Outcast level 1, and I'm going to get beat down. Here's the nice thing about this game. A little overhand. I'm blocking. See, because your stamina starts to go down, right? And if you don't watch it, your stamina will run out. And basically, then you're toast because you'll be doing no damage. You won't be able to run away, and it won't be good. If you stand by a fire, it actually will help with your, I believe, your health. Yep, your health regen and stamina. 11% by default. So that's the thing to remember too. Get by those fires. Yeah. And that'll be good. Okay, but let's go ahead and what's nice. I want to show you something really nice that should encourage you to wander out and PvE. Let's take a beat down real quick here. I'll go ahead and die, and I'll show you something. I like this about this game. It's hard to take a beat down. You want to fight back. Look at old Shaky. Okay. It's going to give the option to spawn back either to the main town where we were just at, which is your basically your nation's default base, right? Or to the closest spawn point that we're in control of. So that's what you have to choose on. Now, you got to be careful because if that closest spawn point there's a siege happening and they've taken it back or something, you're going to spawn right into enemy hands and die. So let's just go with the town. And here's what I want to show you that's really nice. I've died to NPC animals or whether it's players, I don't lose any gear. So it's not permadeath. You don't lose anything. That, I think, is awesome. It encourages PvE. If you get killed by other players from the other faction when you're out there exploring, right? What'll happen then is they can loot you, but it's limited on how much they can loot you. So they can't take all your goodies. I don't know exactly the item count. Maybe it's 1 or 2. Don't quote me on that. But it's limited. So that's really nice that you basically aren't going to lose your stuff. So it encourages exploring. Oh, now look, see, Castle Onenstein is under attack. That's right here in the middle. That means we're attacking Onenstein right now. And if I was a good member of this. Hold on. Why can't I open that door? You'd think that would open. It's down. Maybe that one doesn't open. All right. If I was a good member of this colony, this faction, I would go out there and help my brothers to try to take that fort. And you get a ton of XP and points for taking on mobs, bosses, for taking on and capturing those different areas. You're going to get a ton of XP and points. Okay, guys, I hope that will get you started. It is like, I know that was a lot I just ran through, but hopefully will help you. And again, I am not an expert. I'm far from it. This is just some things I have learned. If you watch this video and you are an expert and I got something wrong, please post it in the comments. Be nice about it, though, because we are trying to help people here. And if it was helpful and you want me to do some more like this on Gloria Victis, I will do it. Cheers, peace, guys. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the likes. And I'll see you in the gaming world, baby.